Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Notre Dame fans, wherever you are, whatever time it may be, whatever, if you're watching live, watching back, you could be on the East Coast like me in the Eastern time zone. You could be in Hawaii like Robby Toma where it's 2 o'clock. This is the first Toma's Take show. Toma's Takes? Toma's, is that a plural? I mean, you have more than one take, so it should be Toma's Takes. So I will update the headline on this, but the first Toma's Takes. Robby, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, brother. Hey, congratulations to us all. We made it through the worst part of the year, and we're ready for game week, baby.
Dude, we're so back, bro.
We're so back.
Are you pretty hyped up for another Notre Dame football season?
I do have to give a quick shout out to Timmy Chang and the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors with a huge win
over Stanford.
Over Stanford. I don't know if anybody caught that game, but that's probably the worst start I've seen in the history of college football. And for them to dig out of that hole and win that game, that was awesome.
Love it. Especially over Stanford.
Also, did you see that story of the Japanese kicker who learned how to kick from YouTube?
I did see that. Winner? Yeah, and I think he did the press conference. He wasn't comfortable.
Yep.
Speaking in English or something. Is that right?
Yep. I share Japanese heritage, so congrats to that, brother.
Dude, that is awesome. You're a pen clicker, I hear. Is that a pen?
Oh, my bad. Yep. I am a pen clicker. See, our audio is better than it was the first time. So you can already hear the pen click.
Alex with the $2 super chat says first super chat. Well, Alex, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. This week's Toma's Take. So we will do this show every Monday night, likely 8 p.m. Eastern time, and really looking forward to talking some ball with Robby, and might have him on some other shows here and there, but this is definitely the staple. So first show will be the day after the Notre Dame Miami game, so we'll have a lot to talk about. But we introduced Robby last week, and wanted to get him on here again to get him in front of your guys' screens, or get him on your guys' screens again. Before we dive into the show, I want to let you guys know that it is sponsored by Academy Sports and Outdoors, which carries all the gear you need from top brands, all at prices you'll love. Shopping there is more convenient than ever. They offer free assembly on in-store purchases of most bikes and grills, plus free and easy curbside pickup on academy.com orders. And they are opening a new location in Mishawaka. I believe it's September 29th. So check it out, academy.com, Academy Sports and Outdoors. All right, bro. I got something for you.
All right, let's
just
go.
Right off the top, because I feel like this show, I like to say we cater to everyone, right? If you're an older Notre Dame fan, like I'm able to look at the demographics of our viewership, and it's from 18 to 25, and then 25 to 40, 40 to 50, 50, 60, 60 plus. It's pretty even across the board. So we might not have some people, we might have some people who don't know Robby Toma. So look at this guy.
Oh boy.
November 14th, 2012. This is how far back the Notre Dame blue and gold archives go. Robby, you're gonna throw the pen on the ground, bro. You're driving me crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Okay, it's on the ground. That's just a habit. I think
it's just the fact that
there's Robby Toma,
SC and a bowl game. Even last year, I didn't really, understand that was the last time I was going to play with our seniors at home. So it's not going to sink in until I think a little bit later. But it's been an amazing experience here, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this university and getting to meet so many people. And I wouldn't want to go out any other way with any other team.
Robby, can you talk about how much you've worked on your game this year, blocking, as
well as
receiving and everything else?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things, in our offense this year has been is blocking, and I tried to get in the weight room, try to get as strong as I could, because I'm in there battling guys who are 6'4", 240. So, but I just work on the weaknesses that I have. And
thanks for that compliment.
I just try to better myself for my team and for the university and all the fans.
I love it. I was Googling you today to try to get a good picture, and this came up and it was on my channel. So I was like, I can play it.
Oh boy.
I was in high school when that video was taken, but I can play it. Yeah, how do you look younger now?
You know what? I hear it's the long hair. and I might be sleeping a little bit more than I did back in college. So I guess I'll attribute it to that.
I love it.
What a throwback, though. Good find.
What was your experience like talking with the local media, man? What do you remember about that? Like, did you like it? Did you hate those media appearances?
No, I think I looked forward to it when they would ask me questions about me and not Manti. So that was always good when I started to get a lot of playing time and whatnot. But no, I had a great experience with talking to the media, and which is part of the reason why I agreed to jump on the pod with you. And I wouldn't consider it giving back, but it's just it's something that the media was always very kind to me. So it's just something that I've always wanted to do, and definitely enjoy doing it and talking about Notre Dame.
All right. So how about also someone said we need some Toma highlights. And guys, I promise we're going to talk. We're going to talk about the Miami game. Due to copyright reasons, I can't just throw on, NBC footage and stuff, but we do have the 2009.
Oh boy.
Highlights. So an Under Armour All-American there at the old Disney complex.
There we go.
Dang. For folks watching on podcast or listen to this as a podcast, what are they seeing on this, or what are they missing right now in this 240p superb footage here?
Little pixelated.
This is as good as it gets. This is I can't make it any better.
No, this was a great time in my life. We playing high school ball, and oh man, interception for a touchdown, not too bad, huh? Even though I played slot, so. And now I'm coaching at my local high school. So it's kind of cool that we had kids. Some of my players looked me up, and now they start taking coaching a little bit better after they see my highlights.
I love it. And then they asked you what your ranking was.
I think I was non-ranked, which was I think I was the only non-ranked guy at the Under Armour All-American game, which was kind of funny.
How was that experience? Like, how'd you do?
I won the hands competition, which was pretty cool. But I do remember getting there and just not really feeling welcome because I didn't have a ranking. But I ended up playing pretty well during all the drills and during practices. So it was fun.
All right. One question that we're going to dive into Miami.
Yep.
I've just been enjoying talking to Robby. So I hope you guys have well. Scott says, Robby, favorite game while at Notre Dame?
My favorite game it'd probably be two games. One would have been the actually, let me plug in something real quick. When we played Army at Yankee Stadium, it was the first ever football game there. I remember us watching a video about the rivalry between Notre Dame and Army, and also the games being at Yankee Stadium. And I have the first ever football catch at Yankee Stadium, which I think that's pretty badass.
That's sick.
If you ask
Yeah.
me. But just game experience, I would say the Maryland game was pretty awesome. I played really well. I know they weren't that good of a team, but that was kind of, I would say, one of my better games. And then my senior year would have been at Michigan State, where there was kind of a fire drill to start the game. There's a little miscommunication in our first play, and I got my ass chewed out by almost every coach on the sideline.
Surely not BK.
Yeah.
Surely not
Oh
BK.
God. He was actually the more kind one in that. He was like, I know this isn't your character, but I ended up having a pretty good game, and myself, John Goodman, were close, and we had some big catches in that game. So that was definitely a couple of my favorite moments or games.
Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the Blue and Gold YouTube channel for more content. If you're new here, go to blueandgold.com. Your home for all things Notre Dame football and recruiting coverage. So, Robby, Notre Dame obviously named CJ Carr starting quarterback, I believe, was that 6 days ago.
That was the day we did the big intro.
We did. That was the day.
What a day.
That was quite the day. Like, the news breaks, and then Robby texts me. He's like, CJ, it is. I'm like, Robby, I'm a little fucking busy right now, bro. So you know Mike Denbrock pretty well. It's obviously Carr's first start. The guy has not even thrown a pass at the college level. So, like, what, like, your experience in college football, your experience with Mike Denbrock, like, how do you think Denbrock will use Carr? Like, is it we're going to put training wheels on you, or is it like, dude, we got one of the best defenses in the country. I've been coaching it against it all month. Like, we can maybe let you do some things because I do feel so confident in our defense. Like, how do you kind of weigh that? I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but
no, I think at the root of everything, we have such a great O-line and great running backs. Obviously, Jeremiah Love's no secret, right? So if we can just win first down, which typically we do with guys like that, I think CJ is going to be just fine. And I also think that it's a little bit underrated how good our receivers are, and at least from the standpoint of experience. We got the 2 transfers in. Great House obviously shined late in the season and kind of dominated the playoffs. And then my favorite receiver is Jordan Faison. So
why is that?
I don't know why.
You answer the question, Robbie. You know damn well. You know damn well why.
Denbrock gave me a nice compliment. Said that Faison reminded me of him, or him of me. So, but
did
Denbrock
tell you that?
He did tell me that after.
When was this?
After one of the games. I think I shot him a message maybe after the Georgia game, and he kind of gave me a compliment. Jordan is obviously light years ahead of me, but he's definitely one of my favorite receivers. But back to the back to the Miami game, I think, and the plan with CJ is, we have a lot of talent around him, so just kind of one of those things. Here's the keys to the Lambo. Don't for lack, or no pun intended, here's the keys to the car, right? So just don't crash it, and I think CJ would be just fine.
Yeah, I think so too. It's I mean, dude, going from like Michigan high school football a couple years ago, which is not the greatest. I mean, play some good teams for sure, and
just Michigan in general is not so great.
You said it, not me. Quite. And then you're QB4 and you're like shelved half the year because you ding up your elbow, and to QB1, it is quite the jump. I'm gonna be honest with Robbie. I have no expectation. I have no idea what to expect with the quarterbacks. And I'm curious for your thoughts on this, especially with your playing background at Notre Dame. Like, how do you feel about a potential Minchie package? And I really please do not give me coach speak either. Like, if you don't like it, I don't like. Yeah, I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I hate the packages. I hate getting guys in and out of grooves. It's tough to get into a good tempo with changing quarterbacks and whatnot. So I'm not in favor of that. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Coach Denbrock. I don't know if he's also in favor of that. I haven't seen an offense really where he's kind of doing that. He typically has a dual threat as well, right? But I'm confident with our run game that we'll keep one guy out there and stick to that.
Yeah. My thought, and this is a hot take. My coworker Jack Sobel does not like this. Like, I don't know if Minchie is like all that much better of like a goal line running threat than Carr would be.
Well, I think that's the beauty of having that backfield.
You probably don't
love Price and is it Williams? Oh gosh.
Yeah, Aeneas Williams, Jabron Payne, like Nolan James, like Kedron Young would have been the guy.
I know, poor guy.
But with his knee, he's obviously done. But like, I think Carr might have a little bit more shit to him to go get that extra yard that I think, like, I've never, like, Kenny's the better athlete, but I don't think he's like light years. It's not like Leonard versus Angeli.
Sure.
Athletically, it's more, it's close,
Well, I mean, if you think in terms of like, getting that extra yard, let's just say Riley wasn't athletic, which he clearly was.
Yeah.
But you knew that guy was going to rip his leg off in
100%.
order to get a first down. So, and I don't know Minchie, I don't know CJ, but I'm assuming both guys have a little bit of that. But CJ might have won that battle when it comes to the trust in getting that last yard.
Yeah, not that Minchie doesn't have shit to him, but there's CJ. There's just something about the Kid Say aura. I think there's just something about that. One more thing on the quarterbacks. I'm interested in your thoughts on this. Like the reporting that Eric Hansen did. Of course, you know Eric real well, and we talked to him last week on CJ winning the job. Was a big part of it was how for us common folk, we just think who's the better quarterback, who's better at throwing the football, or who's the better athletic person, like who's more athletic. For what Eric reported on CJ winning the job was more about like what he can do at the line, like just his knowledge of the offense, like checks and I mean, that kind of stuff.
If you got a quarterback that is making checks, and again, I have no idea, we weren't at practice, but if you got quarterbacks making checks that are, they're kind of questioning themselves, they're like blue 42, you're like, I don't know. So, maybe CJ's command of the huddle and of the line of scrimmage is something that helped him win that.
I'm actually going to try to find the article. So that would have been the 19th okay. So I found it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. This is not great radio, but
no, I'm looking at this comment from Jason Smith. Used to be called It, now it's Aura. Yeah, I coach high school now, and these kids saying Aura drives me nuts. So I'm with you, Jason.
Sorry, guys.
What are we looking for again, Eric?
I'm trying to read what Eric put in the article, but I can't find it. I might be looking at the wrong story, but regardless, what else? What are your other thoughts about this Miami game? Like, you feeling pretty confident going into it? Like, I want to talk about the spread for the game in a minute, but just generally for you, like, how are you feeling about this team?
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm not a big Carson Beck guy. I never have been. Even I just don't think that he's got it, as Jason would say. He doesn't have the it factor, and when it comes to guys around him, I think CJ's got the upper hand with the receivers, our experience at receivers, our O-line, and our running back. So offensively, I feel great. And if Miami's having a little hard time figuring out who their 4 receivers are against our DBs, I will take our DBs all day.
Yeah.
And not to mention we got 4 linebackers that can play. They'll be rotating, and I'm happy to have Botello back. I hope he can stay healthy. That's the Korean assassin that we like to call him. But
it's Robby Toma breaking news on the Blue and Gold YouTube channel.
Oh, is that breaking news? I mean,
I do think he's going to be back sooner than people think.
I thought he was back for this is not breaking news, by the way, so nobody freak out. I thought Jordan was back a little earlier than he might be. So
where did Jordan? Where's Jordan from?
And I have not had any communication with anybody, so this is not breaking news. This is not breaking news. I swear to God, I would tell you guys if it was, but maybe I'm just jumping ahead of myself. But I'm excited to watch Jordan when he does return.
Jordan is a Hawaiian, of course, and he was not a Punahou guy. St. Louis.
He was St. Louis, yeah.
Dominant St. Louis teams,
God.
bro.
I was the offensive coordinator when Jordan and Herbig were both ends. So that was interesting. We played him twice. We almost got him though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember tracking his year, doing like stat articles and stuff. And yeah, I want to say around that time they were like a top 5 team in the country.
Oh yeah, they had Delora. He ended up playing Washington State. Roman Wilson, I think he's with the Steelers now, but he won a national title at Michigan as a receiver.
Dude, I hope I'm not like doxing this guy by saying this. When I was in South Bend in August, I shit you not, Roman Wilson's dad was my Uber driver. Me and my boss.
Really?
He was, yeah. Dad, I don't know why this guy is living in South Bend, but he was my Uber driver. I couldn't believe it.
I'll have to audit that, but I mean,
please do.
Hawaii. He's from Hawaii, so
please do, and then text me, because like if it's true, maybe the guy's making it up, but I'm pretty confident. And I'm like, why are you living in South Bend? If and I think he had been there for a while. But his kid, they just like was interested in Notre Dame. I think he may have taken OV. It was before my time, but I think Roman Wilson's dad drives Uber in South Bend.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you got lied to, but I'll go ahead and do some digging for you.
Why don't you pick up that pen that you threw on the ground, jot that down as a note?
That thing's long gone. I don't need that anymore. I'm definitely a clicker when it comes to pens.
All right, folks, we do need to be real about something. It is that buying tickets for your favorite sporting events and more can be an absolute nightmare. You got the queues, the logins, prices jumping at checkout. It takes a lot of fun out of it. And that's why I've been using Game Time, which is honestly a game changer. The app puts the advantage back in the fans' hands. In just a couple of taps, you'll get great seats at a great price. And tickets start as low as $25. And here's what I love. The price you see is the price you pay. There's no fee sneaking in at checkout. You can even see the view from your seat before you buy, which is awesome. And their zone deals are where you pick the section, Game Time will pick the seats, and you get to save even more. Plus, everything's backed by the Game Time guarantee, so you know the tickets are legit and on time. So take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets or comedy, theater, so much near you. So download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code ON3. That's ON3. It's our parent company, ON3, and that will give you $20 off your first purchase. ON3. Terms apply. Swipe, tip it. Come on, singer. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. Round of applause for the great ad read. Thank you, Game Time.
Great job. Might need
Game
a glass of water.
GameTime.co, not .com, GameTime.co. Check it out. All right, let's talk about the line for this. And I was scrolling Twitter and I saw this tweet from Clutch Sports Notre Dame. Okay, so Notre Dame's a 2.5 point favorite on the road against Miami per BetMGM, and Clutch Sports Notre Dame said Miami returns 3 starters on offense, all on the O-line, 5 players on defense, some at all levels. Not to mention they rebuilt from the portal heavily. And this account says Freeman has better established team culture. Give me the Irish to cover. Robbie, what say you, brother?
I mean, I think 2.5. Do they know something about the weather that we don't know? I mean, if gambling was legal in Hawaii, I'd bet everything I own. But
everything you own,
which isn't much. But and don't take gambling advice from me either. People call 1-800-GAMBLER if you're gonna bet at all. But no, I think with our run game, I mean, again, that's you dominate the line of scrimmage, you win the ball game, and I just think that we're going to overpower them. And I like the Irish. Yep, I'll take them all day.
Have you been able to do much research on Miami? Like, have you looked into them much?
So I've been listening to a little bit of their podcast. There's this clown, I forgot his name, but he's just obnoxious.
That's
this
dedicated.
Podcast. Oh, it's bad.
Dude, let me say on Miami fans,
I
really
know.
are obnoxious.
Yeah,
I'm a Dolphins fan. Like, I'm a big Dolphin. I've been a Dolphins fan all my life. I don't think we have obnoxious fans. Like, we just have very hurt fans for being bad for 3 decades. Post Marino, but Miami fans have been just weird, very cocky on like YouTube comments. They come on all of my shows and like, go Canes, Canes by 50. I'm like, bro, really?
Yeah. Well, I am interested because from what I've seen over the past few seasons that they have a hard time selling out. But I think Ian Book was on Mike Golick's show not too long ago and had kind of talked about the atmosphere there and how impressive it was and how loud it was. So, I'm a huge fan of playing on the road, honestly, because you don't have to worry about so much. Your second cousin 17 times removed isn't looking for a ticket, or you don't have to entertain a bunch of people. You just go travel and it's you and your boys ready to whoop some ass. So I kind of like that it's on the road. Their first game, similar to A&M.
Yeah,
there was a different, just watching Freeman in the tunnel last year. There was just a different feel to what he was doing. Yes. I'm going to have to get used to saying aura. I can't stand that, but I'll leave that to you, Mike.
Bro, you know who's got aura? Robby Toma has aura.
Oh, God.
Aura.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to lose connection here pretty soon. No,
right.
but back to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that I don't think that the atmosphere is going to be that crazy. In terms of or in comparison to how it was at A&M. So I think we'll just be fine on the road.
To compare this to like my line of work, like if I go to a high school and see a recruit, sometimes you can be nervous going into it for whatever reason, man.
Yeah.
But then you go back there a second time and it's like home, bro. Is there anything to that for Notre Dame having just gone and won the Orange Bowl in Hard Rock Stadium? You're going back to the same stadium. Is there anything to that where you're a little bit more comfortable? You just played on that field, like the locker, where the bathrooms are. Like maybe not the bathroom specifically,
Sure.
but is there anything to that as a player, Robby, or am I?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they still do it, but we would go a day early, right, and we'd be able to kind of tour each stadium. So obviously that's not playing in it, but I think there's something to being familiar with, where you're going. That's why like a walkthrough before the games is always important at the stadium or, on the campus that you're playing at. So, and plus, like you said, they just had some success down there against Penn State not too long ago. So yeah, I think that does give them upper hand.
Yeah, I like that. One thing that Mike Goolsby would always say, Mike Goolsby, by the way, folks, not with Blue and Gold any longer. Love you, Gools, but Goolsby's not doing shows with us anymore. But one thing Goolsby would always talk about is the sleepy atmosphere at Notre Dame afternoon games. When you just were talking about like the road atmosphere, like you liked road games. I was curious for your take on this. Like, did you find that like afternoon games at Notre Dame Stadium could be sleepy and more
There you go. Come on, cough it out.
more likely to have like a Marshall or NIU versus like the night game atmosphere, just this night and day. I'm curious to your take.
I mean, I see when we were playing, there was no score replay board, so our games were, I'm sorry for all you old timers, but our games were boring as hell. You couldn't sit on the bench and watch the game. You had to stand up, and you'd always miss the replay because there was no replay. But I think the new stadium setup is built for a better atmosphere. And the games that I've been at Notre Dame since the scoreboard and kind of the light show and going into the fourth quarter, it's definitely exciting. So I'm sorry I can't make an excuse for the NIU game, but there wasn't lack of entertainment. But I would say, that's why playing on the road was more fun because there was a replay board.
You said something that gave me a follow. Okay. So how many times do you get to go back to South Bend to see a game? Like how often have you been back in the past decade?
It's typically once a year.
Okay.
Last year I didn't make a home game, but I made the Sugar Bowl and the Natty.
And you didn't find time to link up with me, which was crazy, bro. How many more times?
I got 2 kids. I'm in and out. Well, now that we work together, I'll find time.
I thought we were going to be working together back in January.
Hey, it took you forever. It took HR forever to get me the paperwork.
Okay. So what other games? Like what? For people watching this, like Mike, why are you curious about this? I'm getting to know Robby, so I want to know what games he's been to recently.
I love going to a game like in October because you get out of the heat from Hawaii. I get a little chilly, but not too bad. And also that's typically when we play USC. And man, I got a lot of hatred for that school. So definitely enjoy watching us beat them down at home.
Are you going to the USC game this year?
I don't know. It depends on our high school schedule. I'm back coaching, so that's the plan. I think we have an opening, but if something changes, it'll be a game time decision.
So have you gotten do you bounce between coaching at Punahou and not over the past few years?
Yeah, well, I have a 6 and a 4-year-old, so kind of in the early years it was tough to get to practice and not be at home. But now I can take my son to practice. He loves football and, it's fun. He loves to hang out in the press box and watch practice. So it makes it a lot easier for me to go coach.
Sure. we're going to take questions from the YouTube chat in a few moments. So folks, please fire in some questions. I do have to just, Dr. Parnell said, does Robby love Taco Bell as much as our guy Singer? And I went to the archives, October 25th, 2023.
Oh,
Not
my
only
goodness.
does Robby Toma tweet, I love fall at Taco Bell, my guy got the Cinnabon Delights, the hash brown in the Crunch Wrap Supreme, or the breakfast Crunch Wrap. I don't know if that's sausage or bacon.
That's steak. That's next level.
The Taco Bell steak's ass. It's just
no, of course
terrible.
not. But in that, and oh my goodness.
No, the sausage. Dude, all the Taco Bells by me do not do sausage breakfast. They don't do breakfast anymore. Sorry, but Taco Bell, like if you hate on Taco Bell breakfast, you're either a snob or you have not tried.
There you go. Yep,
it's incredible.
I'm with you. I was ready to fire back at you. I thought you didn't like the steak Crunch Wrap.
No, I got the taco. I've never really been a steak guy for Taco Bell, and they have a new steak burrito that I got it a couple weeks ago, and it's just okay.
We'll work on that.
So I tweeted, I've always said Robby Toma is my favorite Notre Dame football player ever. 2 years ago.
Great. That is great. I remember that tweet. I think I shot 95 that day. No, I'm kidding. I can't remember.
And then look at me interviewing Robby almost 5 years ago for I don't remember.
That's awesome.
Would this have been Titus and Jordan? No, Jordan would have already signed.
It was close. I think
Titus and the Kias. Titus and the Kias probably.
What? Yeah, it might have been the Kias. Yeah,
because they were both 2021, and there might have been one or two others. And so long ago, but yeah, man, I was like, have I tweeted? Like, me and Robby had some Twitter conversations before, so I did. I did find that Taco Bell brings people together. Hey, I wanted to get your any thoughts you have on this article that Tyler Horka. I don't know if Tyler's still in the chat. He was commenting earlier. Swan Dong said cheesy double beef burrito is the best thing to talk about. I do agree. I think the go-to
try that, Swan.
Is no. This is what you try. You get the value cheesy bean and rice burrito. And then you either add the slow roasted chicken and or the potatoes.
I don't like it. I don't like it already, Mike.
All right, guys. Well, it's been nice having Robby a part of the show. I'm just kidding. And then you get it grilled. I'm telling you, bro. It's got the creamy jalapeno sauce. It's very good.
It sounds like a Starbucks order. When I go to Taco Bell, I'm just in and out. I don't need to do all this frappa, mocha, all this crap. I'm in and out.
In and out to the bathroom. Am I right?
Yeah, true that.
Adam's a buddy of mine in real life, and he did ask me for a Taco Bell order, and I gave him a Taco Bell order, and he loved it. So
okay, all right. Well, we got somebody saying it's elite, so
I'll
sample that.
All right. So, anyways, Tyler Horka, Blue and Gold beat writer, did a ranking, and Tyler, this is from a few days ago, so it's a premium article. I hope you don't mind me sharing it. If not, oh well. He did ranking Notre Dame football position groups from worst to best after fall camp. So you got the running backs in the top spot with Jalen Price. It's a deep group. You have no problems with that, Robby?
No, not at all. And if somebody has a problem with that, they definitely haven't seen Jeremiah play yet. So
Horka says my order is simple: 3 soft tacos, 3 crunchy tacos, 6 tacos. You're gonna start looking like me if you keep eating that. All right. And when I read this article, I definitely wanted your thoughts on this because, DBs being number 2,
love it.
In so much of the Brian Kelly era, how many times would you be able to say the DB group was top 2 or 3 unit on the team?
I mean, our safeties have always been
good,
top of the line. I would say Darren Walls was a pretty damn good cover guy. Robert Blanton was just an aggressive, more kind of a zone guy. But to see the DBs at number 2, and they're more than deserving of that. They've been great the last couple of years, which has been good to see.
I just think about Notre Dame playing the Bamas and the Clemsons of the world and just get torched on the outside. That doesn't happen anymore. Now, does it happen from time to time when you go up against Jeremiah Smith? Yes, but yeah, I mean, I think Christian Gray's cornerback 5 or something in the big,
I think
boards.
one of those Miami podcasters that clown was saying that Christian Gray was food.
Oh,
And,
bro.
He did have kind of a bad couple series against USC, but I mean, he's been great. So, I'm looking forward to watching him compete at a high level.
Oh, Joe, if you're still here, I'm so sorry I missed this $10 super chat. It says, great show, guys. Well done, Robby. Well, Joe, I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, brother Joe. Appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Okay, so DB's number 2, O-line 3. I don't think anyone's going to have any argument. Well, I mean,
O-line, yeah. I mean, we're returning what? I think he had mentioned three starters, and then we got one that'll
I
make
think
a
I
return.
might put linebackers above O-line with Jagisaw being out. And Tyler's in the chat. He can defend that, but I feel like it might depend on, because I in talking to sources, and I believe this too, like Jagisaw Notre Dame feels like it's probably the best pound for pound offensive lineman. So,
well, I mean, and to Tyler's defense, without the O-line, maybe Love doesn't get that much love. You know what I mean? So. I mean, obviously Jeremiah is phenomenal, so I'll take that comment back. But I'm just trying to help Tyler out here.
But yeah, I think the LBs, man, it's such a good group, man. It's such a good group. With Snead seems to really be coming into his own, and Drake Bowen, captain. Osbury is really solid. I mean, Kingston's a
starter. Kingston's a starter. Most places, right? He's behind Bowen, but he'll be rotating a lot.
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah.
So, talking about position battles on defense is kind of a waste of time, because it's like they're all. It's more like this guy might play a little bit more, but all these guys are really going to play. Josh, good to see you in the chat, brother. But yeah, I might swap. He says, I love the linebackers. I have no problem with putting them 3 to 5 was tough. And the 5, he had the defensive line, which I think is it's a fair ranking, even with misspelled Riley Mills, by the way, here, Mr. Horka. I expect you to get that fixed very, very soon. Replacing Riley Mills and Howard Cross.
Tough to come back from that, Tyler.
It's tough to come back from that. I mean, Traore and Botello, I mean, I think Notre Dame's going to have more on the edge than they did last year. And I think the interior with Donnie Heinisch, Captain Donnie Heinisch, and Anye Rubio. I like the placement for the D line.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Number 6, the wide receivers. Of course, Robby's position. Tell us what you think about this group, Robby.
Yeah, I think they go hand in hand. I know Tyler had mentioned that they're kind of growing alongside of the quarterback. So I think that is more than a fair placement for them, especially we have experience there, but not experience at Notre Dame per se, right? So that's, I'm not saying it's a different story, but it is comforting to know. I think there was something about like that those top 4 have about, I think it's 4,700 yards combined and about 370 catches. I think that's what it was. I saw that not too long ago. So I think that, but then the drop off is the 5th receiver. I think it might be KK Smith, is the only one that has 3 catches. So there is a drop off, but I do think that that's a fair placement, especially with new talent coming in and also a brand new quarterback. So
receiver 5 is going to be interesting. I think my bold prediction of it being Elijah Burris, the true freshman, is probably not going to be accurate. He might be more 6'7", Robby.
Well, I know Denbrock did mention a little bit of frustration and maybe some of his knowledge of the playbook, but once you get him kind of in the right direction, you see the talent that kid has.
I just said a brain rot high school thing, so you didn't catch it, so that's good.
Didn't catch it.
That's good. Yeah, my wife's siblings are all high schoolers, so I get all of the brain rot all of the time from them. So
there you go.
Anyways, the receiver's interesting. Gilbert, KK. I still think we might see a little Elijah Burris sprinkled in there, and then the quarterback's at 7.
Quarterback's at 7. Yep, that's those 2 hand in hand. Obviously,
that makes sense.
Obviously, there's no game experience, so that's fair.
And then rounding out the group was tight ends, which
it's tough.
He brings up. Somebody's got to bring up the rear. I mean, it's dude, and that's still a really freaking good group. Like Eli Raridan is going to be a top tight end in the NFL draft. Like I don't know if he's.
I mean, I think
like top 5.
I think
top
it's fair
10.
To say Denbrock knows his tight ends.
He knows his tight ends.
I don't know if everybody remembers, but I think when Kyle Rudolph left, we didn't know if we were going to have a tight end or not. And guess who showed up? Tyler Eifert. And he was, I believe, in Denbrock's room. So Denbrock knows a little bit about tight ends, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video if you have not done so yet. Subscribe to the Blue and Gold YouTube channel, of course, for more content. Let me go to the list. Okay. All right. Dude, we are plugging along and making good time. All right. I got several things queued up for Robby, just a little and with a little Q&A, some things that I've seen you guys talk about in the chat that I wanted to discuss. And Joe, if you're still here, really appreciate the super chat from earlier, and Alex early in the show as well. Dr. Parnell's definitely asking some of these questions. First thing I wanted to talk about, Bernie says wide receiver number 6, Greathouse was our best player in the last 2 playoff games. It wasn't close. Greathouse did emerge, but man, I think people, and I love Jaden Greathouse, I think people are really romanticize like his season last year. And it's not all his fault, right? Mm-hmm. Riley Leonard wasn't the best it just wasn't a great downfield passing year. But let's count the amount of games he had 3 or less receptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of 15 games. So like, yeah, he erupted those last 2 games, but I do expect big things from Greathouse, but like I push back a little bit on like just how elite he is, and I love Greathouse, I really do. I've been a huge Greathouse fan, but
in terms of them being number 6, that is a testament to how good the rest of the team is, right? Yeah. So I don't think that's necessarily a knock on the kids, but you know, also they're going to be growing with this quarterback room. So I think 6 for now is a fair placement.
Yeah. Dr. Parnell said, Robby, what do you deem a successful passing night for Carr? How many yards and touchdowns? For me, I would just say it's game management. I really do like game management picks. Is that a coach speak answer, or do you like that?
No, I think I hate that answer, but it's also the right answer.
Because you want something sexier. You want the number under?
400 yards, I'll be happy with it. No, but he's got to take care of the football, and I think that is his only job at this point is to take care of the football, make good decisions. Whether that looks like a 300-yard game or a 150-yard, with a couple touchdowns, but I think winning third down for me would be a successful night for him, because I think keeping us on the field, giving our defense a rest to go fly around and knock some heads off, I think that's most important.
Dr. Barnell, appreciate you. Chief Brody said, question for Robby, best memory from that 2012 season, gameplay, etc. He says, for me, that 2012 Pitt game was insane. Would love to hear your POV from that night.
Yeah, the Pitt game, that was insane. It was my best memory. So Pitt game, that missed field goal was insane, but I don't know if a lot of people saw that, but we had 2 number 2s on the field, so they should have gotten a re-kick. So we definitely got away with one there. But I think my favorite personal play from that game would have been Purdue on that 3rd and 10, where I was able to get us, into range to win the game. So a lot of ups and downs that year. We got a lot of lucky breaks, but man, what a time. So thanks for the question.
Dude, I mean, the even the picture from this thumbnail on YouTube is from that Pitt game.
That is Pitt.
There he is.
Yeah, that was a little out route, I believe.
Let's see. Dr. Pennell, I thought about this too. Where did you get the leprechaun figure behind you? Like, because that thing is sick.
It was a gift from a friend at my golf club. His daughter goes to Notre Dame, and he gifted that to myself and another friend that's a season ticket holder. Shout out Kimo and Lefrano.
One from my buddy Rick. He says, "Welcome, Robbie. I was a big fan of yours. Great hands and played tough. What would a defensive coordinator do to make things tough on receivers?"
I think with the young quarterback, kind of get hands on them. So rerouting up the seam, playing tough zone or even man coverage and getting pressure on them. So, but with the run game like ours, it'll be interesting. I would assume that they'll play a lot of man, just to try to get timing off. But with quick receivers and Greathouse showed in the playoff that he can get off press and then also make the safety miss. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Bernie's just
appreciate you, Rich. Or is it Rick? Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Rick. Bernie says, "Hey, I expect better from 2X wide receivers. Number 6. I was a wide receiver many pounds ago, bro. Like if you like Jordan Faison selfishly, I was more like Ben Skoranek, a poor man's Ben Skoranek.
So you were getting the jump balls.
No.
Hey, but receivers are harder on other receivers, so it's only fair that we put him at 6 right now.
Yeah, I was more of the we had a play. It was Rio, which was our trips, Rio or Leo, Rio dash right sail, and it was I can't remember what the inside receiver did, but it was like a smash concept, and it was a rolling pocket right. We played against so much cover 3 that I was the outside receiver on the strong side with just that little hitch. I think catch a 5-yard hitch, go up 9 yards.
What's amazing is I can't remember shit that I read for work this morning, but I can remember a couple play calls from high school. Just how you're calling it out. So good to know I'm not the only one with that issue.
Yeah, my high school playbook is somewhere at my mom's house, and I just have to find it.
That's great.
It's gold. My OC or my head coach was the OC was brilliant. I got to find it.
That's awesome.
Darnell says, "Who are the top 5 Notre Dame players that Robby Toma would start a team with?"
Oh, wow! What a tough question. Obviously. I got to put in my best friend. So Manta is obviously there. Jeez, man. Golden Tate was unbelievable to watch. Mike Floyd.
Damn.
Man, I gotta put in my man Reggie Brooks. Love Reggie. And we gotta go quarterback. So
Steve Angeli.
Yeah, Steve. Yep. Shout out Steve for the Penn State field goal he got us into. No, but I would have to go with Brady Quinn. So okay. I know that's you caught me off guard there, but those are the guys that I'd start with.
It's hard to go wrong. A couple more also from Dr. Parnell. Great questions. What was your favorite place to play on the road during your time at Notre Dame?
Ooh, I loved playing at Michigan State. That place was rowdy.
Why did you like playing at Michigan State?
It was a rowdy environment every time we played there.
You like the shit talking?
I love it. I live for that. Michigan was cool too, but I just hate Michigan, so I can't put them at 1. But Michigan State was a fun environment, and unfortunately, the first game we lost on that fake field goal, so that was a bad memory. But then we got to make up for it come my senior year. So Michigan State was a fun place.
So a lot of this show, I mean, because we had Robbie on for 20 minutes last week. A lot of this show has been some trips down memory lane as we get to know Robbie. Next week, when we go live on Monday, will be pretty damn exclusive to recapping the Miami game. But like I said earlier, this is really my first. I've never talked to Robby Toma for 45 minutes straight, 50 minutes straight. So I am just coming up with things on the fly that I want to ask him just to learn about him. I love talking about Notre Dame rivalries because it's fascinating.
Yeah.
If you talk to 10 different Notre Dame fans and you say, who do you hate the most? It's so different because it can be like, if you have a Notre Dame fan in Michigan, their answers can be different than the Notre Dame fan living in LA or Georgia, or it varies because the Notre Dame fan base is so national. For you, also I personally think the Notre Dame fans, the majority that I deal with, hate Michigan the most.
I think that's fair to say.
The Michigan hate is the most. But, it's like when you pick your best man, when you get married, you want to pick a best man who's going to pick you to be his best man, So I can't say as a Notre Dame fan, I feel like you can't say that Michigan's your biggest rival because you're like Michigan's third or fourth biggest rival.
Yeah, sure.
So the USC, that's why I think Notre Dame needs to keep playing USC because that's your one, like.
I couldn't agree more. And Hawaii's similar, or Hawaii's, close to USC or closer to USC than any other school. So
sure.
There was a lot of USC fans growing up and I was never a USC guy. So definitely got some hatred for that school.
Just straight hatred. So that's part for you, like growing up.
Oh yeah. I was never a fan of them.
Okay. But from like a Notre Dame angle.
Part of it too is that I lost to them twice at home, but I did beat them at the Coliseum twice at home. And I never liked that the color scheme. It's gross. Not a fan of USC by any means.
All right, so if Notre Dame loses to USC in October and Robbie's doing our show, I'll make sure to like hit up his family and be like, is Robbie actually sick when he calls in?
Yeah, no, I'll be. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll be just fine.
All right, two more things, and then we're gonna get out of here. Scott said, Robbie, favorite place to eat in South Bend, and don't say Taco Bell.
No chance. Oh man, there was a pancake house we used to go to, the American Pancake House on Grape Road. That was the breakfast spot.
I think I've been there. Yeah.
And then there was actually a Vietnamese restaurant right next to Nick's Patio. That was a big. I don't know if anybody likes pho, which is a soup.
My wife loves it.
Oh man! And then they had a dish called mabo tofu that would remind us of home. So American Pancake House for the, what was it? The Irish Skillet maybe, and then Nick's Patio, or excuse me, the pho restaurant. But I think they're out of business now. But there's a good little spots.
Yeah, I'll keep it basic for me and say Evil Check. I got a burrito pizza there and it blew my balls off. It was so freaking good. It was so good. And then lastly, Brian said, do you plan on attending any games this season? I will be at the Miami game and then the Boise game. I'm coming up in town for the Boise game. Just kind of a random one that I picked to fit into the schedule. And I'm seeing a couple of recruits in Chicago the day before. Chris Orch's godson, Braden Parks playing against a big receiver target for Notre Dame Chicago. So I'm going to fly in Friday, get the rental car, go to that game, drive over to South Bend the next morning, drive back to Chicago like super late into the wee hours of Sunday morning, and then fly back. But what about you, Robbie?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to the USC game.
That's right. We talked about that.
But I'm fully planning on going to the first playoff game. For sure.
Yeah, have to go. I
got to.
Yeah, as someone who is not local, I really have not had a whole lot of FOMO for games. Like I'm fine watching at home, dude. Like I'm totally fine. And then I have my setup, and like I went to the Pitt game in 2023, and I like had to do and the Natty and the Orange Bowl, and I like got to do my show from the press box. It sucks, but
yeah.
The Indiana game was the first big FOMO. I was like, dude, I just want to be there.
I felt that too. I wanted to go so bad, but I think that's why I went to the Sugar Bowl as well. I didn't want to miss this run.
Yeah. Someone mentioned the Syracuse game. I can't do the Syracuse game, man. They're calling it the Mike Singer Bowl. There's a little lore there. I like Steve. All right,
Tyler. We'll have to visit that when I'm in South Bend then.
All right. Well, Robbie, any other thoughts before we sign off, dude? This was fun.
No, this was fun. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to it, and I promise we'll have a little bit more game or current current team material as opposed to trip down memory lane. So
You
I'm
think
excited.
so? The day after that game, oh my gosh, people are
Yeah.
gonna be. It's gonna be a big show. Tonight was a big show. Really appreciate everyone tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the Blue and Gold YouTube channel for more content. Go to blueandgold.com. I do have Robby set up with a message board account, so maybe Robby will start even posting on the message board. Maybe getting in there, talking some smack. I don't know. Maybe get some thoughts. We'll see. But so if you missed it, Robby has joined Blue and Gold as an analyst for our YouTube channel. So Toma's Takes Monday nights during the football season, and we'll do some stuff in the off season as well. We'll do it every couple weeks or so. So really looking forward to that. That's a wrap for this show. Really appreciate everyone tuning in. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you next time.
Right on.